On this day in history, January 20th, Giovanni di Sabina became Pope Sylvester III on January 20th, 1045. His papacy was brief and controversial, lasting only a few months. Sylvester III was one of several claimants during a tumultuous period in the Church known as the Tusculan papacy, characterized by political intrigue and multiple claimants to the papal throne. According to Finnish legend, on January 20th, 1156, a peasant named Lally killed Bishop Henry of Uppsala on the frozen Lake Koilanjärvi. Bishop Henry was an English-born cleric who played a significant role in spreading Christianity in Finland. The tale has become a part of Finnish folklore, symbolizing resistance to foreign influence, though its historical accuracy is debated. On January 20th, 1265, Simon de Montfort, Earl of Leicester, convened a parliament at Westminster Hall, marking the first time representatives from towns and boroughs were summoned alongside nobles and clergy. This event is considered a foundational moment in the development of the English parliamentary system, promoting broader representation in governance. In January 1502, Portuguese explorers, led by André Goncalves and Amerigo Vespucci, arrived at the Guanabara Bay, mistaking it for the mouth of a large river, which they named Rio de Janeiro, River of January. This exploration paved the way for future Portuguese colonization in the region. The Casa de Contratación, House of Trade, was established by the Spanish crown in 1503 in Seville. Its purpose was to regulate trade and navigation between Spain and its overseas territories, playing a crucial role in the administration and economic control of Spanish colonial affairs. On January 20, 1576, the city of Leon was founded in the present-day state of Guanajuato, Mexico, by order of Viceroy Don Martín Enríquez de Almanza. Leon has since developed into a major economic and industrial hub in the region. The Peace of Canard, signed on January 20, 1613, concluded the War of Kalmar between Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. The treaty resolved territorial disputes and established terms that influenced the balance of power in the Nordic region. The Convention of Goa was signed on January 20, 1635, between Portugal and England, ending conflicts in Asia and allowing English merchants access to Portuguese ports, including those in China. This agreement facilitated increased trade and interaction between the two nations in the East Indies. On January 20, 1648, the cornerstone for the new Amsterdam Town Hall was laid. The building, completed in 1665, is renowned for its architectural grandeur and now serves as the Royal Palace of Amsterdam. The first American military court-martial trial began on January 20, 1778, in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Such trials were essential in maintaining discipline and order within the Continental Army during the American Revolutionary War. On January 20, 1785, Samuel Ellis advertised the sale of Oyster Island, now known as Ellis Island. Despite his efforts, there were no immediate takers. The island later became the site of the United States' busiest immigrant inspection station from 1892 to 1954. William McClure published the first U.S. geology book on January 20, 1809. His work laid the foundation for geological studies in America, contributing significantly to the understanding of the country's geological landscape. On January 20, 1841, during the First Opium War, China ceded Hong Kong Island to the British. This event marked the beginning of Hong Kong's period as a British colony, which lasted until its handover back to China in 1997. The U.S. Senate approved a lease for a naval base at Pearl Harbor on January 20, 1887. This strategic location later became central to U.S. naval operations in the Pacific, notably during World War II. On January 20, 1925, the Soviet Union and Japan signed a convention to resume diplomatic relations. The agreement included mutual concessions, with Russia limiting revolutionary activities and Japan agreeing to withdraw from parts of Sakhalin Island. Nazi officials held the Wannsee Conference on January 20, 1942, in Berlin, where they coordinated plans for the final solution, the systematic extermination of Jews across Europe during World War II. This meeting marked a pivotal point in the Holocaust. On January 20th, 1944, the Royal Air Force conducted a massive bombing raid on Berlin, dropping 2,300 tons of bombs. These raids aimed to cripple German infrastructure and morale during World War II. Franklin D. Roosevelt was sworn in for an unprecedented fourth term as U.S. President on January 20th, 1945. He remains the only U.S. president to have served more than 2 terms. On January 20th, 1954, Rogers Pass in Montana recorded a temperature of -70 degrees Fahrenheit, -57 degrees Celsius, the coldest temperature ever recorded in the contiguous United States. This extreme cold snap highlighted the harsh winter climate of the Rocky Mountain region. The Howard Stern radio show premiered in New Orleans on KKND 106.7 FM on January 20th, 1997. Stern, a controversial and influential radio personality, continued expanding his reach across U.S. markets with his signature shock jock style. On January 20th, 2006, Disney Channel premiered High School Musical, starring Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens. The film became an instant hit, setting viewership records and launching a multi-film franchise, soundtracks, and stage adaptations. Its success cemented Disney Channel's reputation for creating youth-oriented pop culture phenomena. On January 20th, 2008, AMC aired the first episode of Breaking Bad, created by Vince Gilligan. Starring Bryan Cranston as Walter White and Aaron Paul as Jesse Pinkman, the show became one of the most critically acclaimed television series of all time. Its themes of morality, crime, and transformation resonated with audiences globally. On January 20th, 2022, 19-year-old Zara Rutherford landed at Kortrijk-Wevelgem Airport in Belgium, completing her journey as the youngest woman to fly solo around the world. Her feat involved navigating a microlight aircraft over 5 continents and through challenging weather conditions. Rutherford's journey inspired a new generation of aviators and set a Guinness World Record. On January 20th, 2024, Japan became the 5th nation to successfully land a spacecraft on the Moon. The SLIM, Smart Lander for Investigating Moon, used innovative pinpoint landing technology to achieve precision in targeting lunar surface areas. This milestone underscored Japan's growing capabilities in space exploration and contributed to advancements in lunar science.